Well, the lawfare just doesn't seem to end. Friday at CPAC, Karoline Leavitt announced that she and two other White House officials had been sued. Who by? You're not going to believe it. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Dr. Ken Henry, and this is Conservative Commentary, where we spread the MAGA message. You know, I'd like to ask you for a favor before we jump in. If you would, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. It really helps us out and helps us continue to grow the channel. Also, please go to the address in the bottom right of this screen, youtube.com/@themagamessage, and check out our other videos. Well, it seems the kerfluffle dust-up started when President Trump excluded the Associated Press from certain areas of the White House where certain few reporters would get to go. And he also took their ticket away from riding on Air Force One in the press pool. Now, you might say this is kind of petty, but it's not. You see, these AP reporters and most all of the reporters, in my opinion, think that their access to the president is a right. It's not. It's a privilege. They have a right to write and say whatever they want. They don't have a right to access. Where were they screaming about access before when Joe Biden didn't give them any access? And the reason was he couldn't mumble a complete sentence. But the AP has refused to recognize the Gulf of America, and instead insists on calling it the Gulf of Mexico, and it says that in the style guide relied on by many writers. The AP also capitalized the word black when referring to African Americans, but does not capitalize the word white when referring to Caucasians. In addition, the AP has instructed writers not to call illegal aliens illegal immigrants. So President Trump excluded them from coming into the Oval Office when he brings reporters in to observe him sign these executive orders and questioning sessions. He has every right to do that. So now they've sued Karoline Leavitt, they've sued Suzie Wiles, and one other member of the White House staff, saying that they are violating their free speech rights. This is a load of horse crap, if you ask me, and it's going to turn out very badly for AP, in my opinion. And oh, by the way, the lawsuit that they filed was filed in the court of a Trump appointee. Interesting, huh? Take a look at this clip and please share your thoughts in the comments.
Let's talk about the Gulf of America. Okay, so okay, tell me what happened with the AP. Give me what's going on here.
So
it's just us, right? It's just us. Okay.
Well, I really would love to answer this question, but upon driving over here from the White House, I actually learned that I have been sued by the Associated Press.
Oh, that means, okay, we cannot. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, personally?
We'll see them in court.
Wait a second. Personally?
Yes.
Or,
Yes.
See, this is what these people do. It's called lawfare. You can't say it. I'll say it. It's called lawfare, people. That means I'll probably get sued in the next 30 minutes or so. Okay, keep going.
So I wanted to get the White House counsel on the phone before taking this stage to see what I can and cannot say.
You really can't say anything.
But look, we feel we are in the right in this position, and I said in my first briefing at the podium, we are going to ensure that truth and accuracy is present at that White House every single day. And one of the changes that we made, President Trump ran a non-traditional media strategy on the campaign trail, and he owned it. And he did podcasts, the Theo Vaughn podcast, the Joe Rogan podcast. He went places that no other politician has ever wanted to go, and it helped him earn votes, it helped him earn support, and we wanted to continue that approach at the White House. So we've added the new media seat in the White House briefing room.
That's been fantastic.
Thank you.
Yes.
We are inviting podcasters and influencers and independent journalists who aren't constrained by this legacy media bias to join us. They deserve the privilege of covering the President of the United States just as much as any other legacy media outlet who has spewed lies about President Trump for years.
Lies about President Trump, lies about the people who work for President Trump, lies against people like yourselves. This is what the media, so many in the media have done. I'm not saying all of them, because there are some good eggs out there for sure. But there is definitely the sense that they drove this narrative, that they pushed this leftist agenda. Didn't they forget to talk about Biden's mental decline for quite some time?
Yeah. That was a narrative that they just ignored, I guess, the
What did they do
cover-up
today?
of the century.
What were they doing? Sitting out there in the White House just like eating popcorn and going, yeah, why isn't he coming out to speak to us? And they didn't cover it.
And I was so glad that Stephen Miller called out the press yesterday in the briefing. I'm not sure if you guys saw that. But he said many of the people in that room covered up Biden's mental incompetence, and he is right. And if you talk to these reporters off the record, that's the worst part about it. They won't report on it, but they will tell you off the record to your face that they knew Biden was incompetent.
Yeah,
that the White House staff sometimes weren't showing up until noon. No work was being done. Nobody knew who was in charge. We all knew the truth in this room, and they tried to tell us, don't believe your lying eyes. He's, has all this energy and spirit. It was always a lie, and shame on the media for peddling it.